Hey YouTube, it's Zob here. Today I'm going to be preparing for you guys homemade biscuits and gravy. Now any die-hard biscuit lover will tell you that the best way to cook your biscuits or bake them is in none other than a cast iron skillet. If you don't have one of these, you can use a regular baking sheet or whatever you have. Sometimes I cook or bake the remainder of the biscuits in like a non-stick layer cake pan, the little round 9-inch ones, and you could do whichever way you want. I just find that if you bake it in a cast iron skillet, it bakes evenly, and it's the texture, it's almost like fluffier. Can't really explain it, but you can definitely do it if you use it in like a regular non-stick pan. I noticed that the outside is harder, so it's crunchier, and then soft in the middle versus the more even texture when you're using a cast iron skillet. So if you have one of those, definitely bring this baby out. So a little quick note, this recipe is not for the faint-hearted. And what I mean by that, if you have a history of high blood pressure or high cholesterol, you might want to contact your doctor or physician, right? Am I the only one that has a really hard time saying that word? Because I do. Anyways, contact your doctor before you proceed with this recipe. Because also when I'm doing the bacon, when I'm doing the milk gravy, I will be using bacon grease for the base of it. Yes, that's right. Bacon grease. It is bomb diggity. So, I guess that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please continue to watch and subscribe and check in for my next video. Okay, have a good one. Bye. Okay, so now we have the bacon grease here. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of butter. You can omit the butter part. I like the taste of butter in the background in my gravy. So I'm going to whisk in the flour here. And with the balloon wire whisk, you just want to whisk it until completely smooth. Once that's all completely smooth, you want to start pouring in your buttermilk. A little bit at a time. You don't want it to splatter, and you just want it to make sure that everything's fully incorporated. So a little bit at a time here. Now this recipe for the milk gravy is enough for 12 biscuits. That's because my cast iron skillet can only fit 12. So if you're going to use all of the biscuit dough, it will make actually about 18. So you might want to double it if you really like gravy like my husband does. So I'm going to whisk it here until it's nice and smooth, a little bit at a time. And once that's done, we're just going to set it aside, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do the biscuits. Okay, so now we're going to take our cube shortening, and using a fork we're going to mix it into the cake flour and all-purpose flour mixture until it's nicely mixed in there. It's going to be really crumbly, so we're going to add in our buttermilk a little bit at a time. Don't want to dump it in all at once. It's just easier to mix if you put it into portions, just so it's all nicely incorporated into the flour mixture. So a little bit at a time. And it should look right about just like this. You want to roll out your dough onto a lightly floured surface. I usually just put enough flour just for whatever that you need. You don't want to overdo it. And I usually like to flour my hands just a little bit too. So very important when you're kneading anything. You want to always knead in one direction, applying a little pressure. I bring it over, and then what you want to do is use the palm of your hand to push. So you want to bring it over, push, bring it over again, and push. And as you can see, I'm rolling it in a circular motion just to make sure it gets really, comes to form a nice little bowl. And you want to use a little bit of flour, just use enough for what you think you need. You don't want to overdo it. So you want to knead for just a couple of times here. Turn it into one big ball here, and then we're going to add more flour, and then we're going to roll it out flat to cut out your biscuits. Now we're going to lightly flour our surface one more time. Take the dough, and we are going to, I'm using a French rolling pin that I'm going to lightly flour, and you want to start from the middle, working your way outwards. We're going to make a circle that's going to be about 1/2 inch thickness in diameter. So once that's rolled out, we're going to take a 2-inch biscuit cutter, to cut out our biscuits. Now, if you want to, the reason why I do 12 is because that's how much will fit into my cast iron skillet. But if you want to, when you're done cutting out your biscuits, take the remainder, like the scraps, roll it back up into a bowl, roll it out flat again, and this recipe will actually make about 6 more biscuits. So what I do is I take the remainder and I just bake it in a regular nonstick pan, so you could do that too. What we like to do here is we drench it in honey, split it open, it's so good. So what I keep doing here is I keep taking my biscuit cutter. I have some flour on the side that I tap it in, and that's just to make sure that the biscuits don't stick to my cutter. So more flour, back on, and cutting them out. Now here I'm buttering my cast iron skillet. It'd be easier if you like melted the butter and used a pastry brush, but I'm lazy, so that's what I did. So once that's all buttered up, we're going to place our biscuits into the cast iron skillet and get ready to bake them in a 450-degree heated oven, which I should have told you to heat up before, so please, if you haven't already done so, please do it. So here, mine fits 12, like I said. And as soon as that's in, we're going to take some melted butter and we're going to brush the tops of this with a pastry brush. I know you're thinking, dang, I love me some butter. That's because I do. Yes, I do. These just came out the oven, duh, as you can see. Aren't they pretty? So now we're going to brush the tops with some egg wash mixture. Yeah. Okay. I lied. It's not egg wash. I wanted to sound a little bit healthier, but yes, it is more butter. I told you I love butter, okay? So after that's done, we're going to remove and basically plate them. So I'm taking the biscuits and I'm splitting them in half. I'm using 4 here. If you're really hungry, you can use more, obviously. So there's a second one here, and I'm going to pour over my gravy, and it's going to look so finger-licking good. Look at that. Oh yeah. That's the stuff. That's the stuff. Drooling. Okay, so once you've drizzled or packed on the gravy, I'm taking my sausage that I had previously set aside, and we're just going to crumble them on, however much you want, doesn't matter. And then once, however much is on there, you want to take your bacon and just crumble it up right over the tops there. And if you want optional, you can add some shredded sharp cheddar cheese, whatever you want, whatever floats your boat. Maybe some chopped green onion, that'd be good too. So just put some biscuits on the side for presentation, and there you go. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know if you guys decide to try it out. So yummy, and thanks for watching, and please subscribe.